So today we're going to be looking at a scenario where the EU becomes an entire country. Every EU member state will be joining forces and creating one giant country over here in Europe. This video is going to be boosted to the favor of the European Union, so they're going to be doing exceptionally well. Recently we hit 25,000 subscribers, and for that I dropped new merch. There's a ton of different products to choose from, such as stickers and mugs. You can see I'm wearing a hoodie here. There's going to be pictures up on the screen if you want to get a better look at the designs, but I'm selling these at AdizzPromerch.com. I am selling this at a limited time though. You will only be able to get this merch throughout all of January and a little bit of February, but other than that, it will never be sold ever again. And if you guys actually don't like the 25,000 under the earth, you can get a design that doesn't have that, but that is not limited time. That will be coming back again in the future. Link for the merch in the description, as well as it should be under the video. Also, I'll be doing a shout out giveaway, so if you want to join that, buy a piece of merch, join my Discord server, and send a picture of it to one of my staff team members. From there, you'll be entered into the giveaway, and you might have a chance of winning. So let's go ahead and start with this video. So the EU has just been united under one country, and they're going to be represented by the color of red throughout this video. Now, I'm pretty sure I got every EU member state here. If I missed one, then you can yell at me, whatever. But this is pretty much every EU member state under one country. And oh boy, is it very diverse. But overall, the EU's main goal here is just to take over all of Europe. You know, the country is called the European Union, but why not just call it Europe? You know, all you gotta do is take over a few countries. So by starting off, they start military operations in the Balkans, which everyone's gonna love. And instead of making this a really confusing thing, the EU just declares war on every single country down here. The EU in this scenario is really strong, if not even stronger than America. So yeah, they're gonna have a breeze pushing through these countries down here. And just like that, the Balkans have been annexed by Europe. So just like that, Europe is achieving goals here, and they've just taken out the Balkans. Next up on Europe's hit list is Norway. So Norway gets declared war on, and since Norway is just so amazing, they just completely just, surrender. Not even a war happens, it's just Norway. It's just Norway. You know, Norway is just Norway. I probably look like I'm delusional right now. So boom, another country bites the dust. Am I gonna get in trouble for saying that? So now Europe just has a few powers to take out. Ignore Iceland. So now Europe just has a few pretty strong powers to take out here. We have the UK, we have Turkey, and then Russia. So Europe now declares war on Moldova and Ukraine. Once again, Europe is really strong in this video, so they just breeze through these countries. So boom, just like that, Ukraine has been fully annexed by the European Union, and now all they have to do is fight the UK, and then fight Belarus and Russia. But the problem here is the UK is pretty strong, and invading these islands has never gone well for anyone, except for a certain someone that lived right here. Has anyone noticed that Ireland is looking a little bit, I'm not gonna say the word, but they are looking a little something. Anyway, instead of invading the UK and Russia and just losing a lot of manpower and economy, they decide to look down south towards the Middle East and Africa. Specifically, they first start off by invading Morocco. Troops land in northern Morocco and start taking over the coastal territories, and eventually Morocco surrenders. From here, Africa continues their campaign across the Middle East, this time declaring war on Algeria, but this does set off a chain reaction of events, and all of North Africa joins in. So yeah, this really brought in a lot of people to this war. No one's taking any European BS here. So while Europe is indeed strong, they do push into Africa. They are going to have to worry about Turkey over here, who's going to have a little bit of a free time taking on Bulgaria, Greece, and Romania. The Europeans go across Algeria and capture Algiers. They then take over all of Tunisia. From here, Tripoli is captured, and this looks like another European rampage in Africa. That is until they reach the border of Egypt, in which they start having problems because Egypt is probably the strongest country out of all of these countries. Over in the Balkans, we see Turkey getting pushed back, while in Africa, we see Europe getting pushed back. Over in Turkey, we have Turkey getting invaded by Europe as they lose their coastal lands. The Europeans come crashing down with their colonization skills and take out all of Turkey. From here, they sweep through the rest of the country until they eventually meet Iran. Back over in Africa, we have Mali getting invaded by the Europeans, and the Egyptians getting pushed back. Eventually, these Europeans push through and take over Syria and Lebanon, and Jordan and Iraq. They sign white peace with Iran, and Azerbaijan pieces out. It is here we see a lot of countries just kind of leave the war because they don't really think it's worth it. So Chad, of course, being Chad, leaves the war. We have Sudan leaving the war, and Egypt is leaving the war. And with that, the rest of Africa folds. And it's time to do something that Europeans are really, really good at, and redraw some borders. So when taking a look at the peace treaty here, Europe is just exerting their power and taking over a lot of countries here. We have Turkey being split in half and annexed by Europe, as well as a puppet being formed between Turkey and Syria. Lebanon is set as a puppet, and Jordan and Iraq are united under one puppet. Europe takes over the coast of Africa, while all of the African countries down here become puppets, as well as the rest of Tunisia becoming Libyan. From here, we have the Europeans declaring war on the United Kingdom. Now, luckily for the Europeans here, the UK becomes a rebellious mess, as Northern Ireland and Scotland rebel. From here, the advanced European Navy makes a landing in southern England and takes over London, then push across and take Cornwall, push up and take Wales, and eventually England surrenders. So just like that, Europe has taken over. They just have one more country they just need to take out, which is Russia. So they declare war on Belarus, which obviously brings Russia into the war, and the fight for Russia begins. So at first we have the European Union pushing in and taking over Kaliningrad. From here they push into Belarus and easily take over the country. From here they attempt to start a front in Russia, which goes pretty successfully at first, but this is Russia we're talking about. They take St. Petersburg and push across, trying to do what Germany did in World War II and cut off southern Russia from the rest of Russia, but then it gets a little cold and they get pushed back. And this is seen as the great stalemate here. Luckily for Russia, they also get some allies in this war. We have Iran and Azerbaijan joining in on the side of Russia, as well as Saudi Arabia. These countries just want revenge against the Europeans and start invading their Middle Eastern puppets. We have all of the Iraqi Jordanese puppet taken, and a push into the Syrian Turkish puppet is started. From here, the allies push all the way into Turkey until they meet the European border. They do manage to push across, but eventually they meet European troops. From here, we see Egypt join the war on the side of the blue team and push into Libya and the European lands. So yeah, the tide really changed for Europe here. The winter set in, and then the Middle East got involved, so that wasn't really good for them. After the winter ends and the snow melts, we have the Europeans continuing their conquest in Russia. St. Petersburg is retaken, and all of the Kola Peninsula area falls. From here, the Europeans do what Germany couldn't do in World War II and cut off Russia from Russia. From here, they push down and take over all of the Caucasus region, which gives the Middle East another front to worry about. Up north, we have Russia being pushed back at an alarming rate as the Europeans near Moscow. Even down in the Middle East, we start to see the Middle East getting pushed back. Eventually, Georgia joins the war in order to kind of get back at Russia and also to take over some lands. Together, these two push into Turkey and almost reestablish the Turkish-Syrian puppet. Once again, we have Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Iran playing smart, and they all peace out, which prompts to the quick fall of the next puppets. From here, Azerbaijan is folded, and we also see the puppets in Africa retaken. So yeah, just like that, the Middle East decided to peace out, which was probably the smart thing to do, and Russia loses Moscow, and from here it doesn't look too well. Eventually, the Europeans get exhausted from fighting a war, and they decide to sign peace with Russia. So in this peace treaty, we have Europe getting a big chunk of land out of Russia, but luckily for Russia, they do still exist. Down south, Georgia sets up a sort of Caucasus Mountain state here. I'm sure there's no grudges held by anyone down here. And yeah, once again, we have Europe prevailing in a video. Now, this video was kind of a weird one for me to record. I'm in like a weird state right now where like I don't really want to record, but I really want to record. But I still had fun recording this video. And yeah, I'm going to end it here. I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, any of that good stuff. Once again, merch, I recommend buying it because it's limited time. It will only ever be out right now. This specific design with the 25,000 is only going to be available from now to February. And in addition to buying a piece of merch, you might as well go ahead and join the Discord server and send a picture of that merch to one of my staff members. That will prompt you into a shout out giveaway, so you have a chance of getting shouted out in one of my videos. So if you do similar content to me and you want a shout out, then this might be your ticket to getting one. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.